Hey, what's up? Just wanted to check in. I hired an editor for to to edit my dissertation, so I can focus directly on the writing and analysis portion of the dissertation. I have two more chapters to write: the results chapter and the discussion chapter. After I complete the results chapter, the discussion chapter will write itself. Um, Hiring an editor was a big step. I had been looking for someone for a while. I've been looking for an editor. It's been a minute to find someone. So I reached out to a friend and they gave me several names and emails. So I just went through asking questions and picked one out. And that was basically it. I just picked one out and I picked out the one who you know, they put their resume of editing in the email, and then they set up a phone call. The other candidates just said what they, just sent the email saying that they can do it. But I like the presentation of the one who put all the projects they worked on in their email, and then they suggested a phone call. Um, which I like that type of service. If I'm gonna work with you, I want to be able to reach you. And a lot of the work that I've been doing or hiring somebody, it's been remote. So that has, that is something that I've been dealing with. So just grateful to have that complete. You know, see one of my pictures in the background. That's one of my art. My photography. I really like that picture. Yeah, yeah. I took that. That I think it was either the beginning of the pandemic. I took that picture. So yeah, I posted it up right there. So I like creating. So that's one of the things I want to do. Like once I finish this dissertation and have that complete, then I can focus on my other projects. Screenplay, um, books, and then like just this YouTube channel, just building up this YouTube channel. Um, so I'm just happy to be having, just having clarity around where I'm at with my dissertation, and to have help, to put it plain, to have someone helping me with it. So it's that's a great feeling, and I'm looking to finish, this spring term and be complete, and the pandemic set us all back a year or two. Most people, I ain't gonna say all people, most people were set back by the pandemic. It was emotionally draining, and just with all of the things going on, and I'm speaking for the United States, it was just so much going on in the United States, socially, economically. It was just a lot happening, and the pandemic was very socially and emotionally draining for me. Um, So it feels good to be coming out of this fall with this shroud of, I would say it was a shroud of just uh, the unknown, like what it's going to be from day to day, and then living in New York City with the mass shootings happening in a subway, the random shootings happening in around the city, whether it's Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, the Bronx, just so much happening. And then you still have the New York City is recovering from the pandemic. A lot of major hotels that was around for like 100 years went out of business. Like the Roosevelt was one of them that closed down, and so many businesses closed down. So you go to Times Square, you have new businesses was able to enter because a lot of other businesses, you know, was shut down because of the pandemic. Century 21, a major retail outlet here in New York City, that's gone. Models, sports shoes, sports equipment, and sports gear that shut down, which was a major major business here in New York City. So the pandemic has changed the landscape of the United States. I was living in New York during the pandemic, so I was able to see the changes that it impacted here, and then the change that it impacted in Brazil, because I visited Brazil twice during the pandemic, and that the pandemic hit them hard as well. So the pandemic was a major disruption, major disruption in the life of the everyday life of people around the world, and for I feel that we're coming out of that, and participating, getting back to participating, getting back into being in groups, and what this is causing, getting back into groups and being around people more. Um, and when I say around people, we back in classrooms for school. Most people are going from remote work back into the office, um, and back into the club life. People who do clubs and parties and events. A lot of that stuff is going back. The theaters open back up. Movie theaters. The restrictions, the 6 feet restrictions, a lot of that has been lifted globally, not just here in America and New York City, but globally. The 6 feet, the distance, a lot of that is going. And then now it's like the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, is starting to get an understanding of what COVID is. This COVID-19. So they have responded with inoculations, or these booster shots, and these shots to defend against COVID-19. I'm grateful that throughout the entire pandemic, I have yet to be infected by COVID-19. I also followed the protocols. I say that I followed the protocols. I washed my hands. I stayed away from crowds. I covered my mouth when I coughed. I wore the mask. I did everything that was suggested. And I'm not the type of person to always follow what the government says, because I'm a student of history, and as African American in the United States, the government and the medical history of African Americans in the United States, and just as history with the government, the United States government, when it comes to medical, healthcare, has been major disparities in there, and also just the fact that the medical establishment in the United States used African Americans as guinea pigs. So I don't always just follow the what the government says. So I did follow this COVID-19 protocol, because people were actually dying. You know, people were dying. So I'm not finna debate about this. I didn't debate with myself or anybody else. I just followed the protocols, and whatever I was feeling about maybe the government can be up to something. All my conspiracy theories, because I have a bunch of them, I put them to the side, and I just wore the mask. I still wear the mask where they say wear the mask, but generally I don't wear a mask. But if I go to a place and they say a mask is mandatory, I put the mask on. If they say I need to show my vaccination card, or I need a COVID COVID test to do certain things. I get the COVID test, I do the COVID test, and I show my vaccination cards. I don't debate because, you know, other people are being affected by my actions. So, like I say, it's no big deal to me. I just follow it. I just put my emotions and feelings to the side. And it's not that I'm neglecting myself. It's I'm thinking about other folks who are predisposed to dying from COVID based on their previous health histories. And New York City is a large place, and it's a lot of people with pre-existing conditions that make them more susceptible to dying from COVID, the COVID virus. So I think about that, and I just take the suggestion from the CDC. I also do my own research. I think about that. I do my research and I study it, and I just follow the protocols and I take the shot. Prior to COVID-19, I didn't do flu shots. Yeah, I really didn't do flu shots or anything like that. I just, you know, continue to cover my mouth when I cough. All of the basic stuff I think is basic. It may not be basic to everybody, but cover my mouth when I cough, wash my hands regularly, have regular physicals, and when I have something going on, go to the doctor. And understanding that if I'm sick, is I can't pass that to someone else. So I think about those type of deals. And I also think about, um, like coming out of this pandemic, and since we are getting back being around each other, um, we deal with jealousy, envy, um, like all of that. And I deal with a lot of that myself. I deal with, people being jealous of me or people being envious of what they think I have. And I learned I know how to spot jealousy and envy because I've been jealous and envious of people before. Those are human traits, and I'm not saying they're good human traits, but they are human traits. Every human being have at one time in their life, and I'm saying every human being. I'm not excluding anyone. Have experienced being jealous of something or someone, or being envious of something or some group, or of wanting to have something. And one of the things that helped me with jealousy and envy, and to just be clear about it, jealousy to me is like, say a dude is dating this girl, and I want that. No, let me say, yeah. Let me say it like this: like I have a girlfriend, and when she starts giving attention to somebody else, then I get possessive. I get jealous. That's how I'm looking at jealousy. And envy is, the other side of the street is always better, or the somebody else, the other side, the grass on the other side of the fence is always greener. Like me wanting what someone else has had, what they have. And what helps me with that is when I take care of my life, when I do the things that I want to do, then my life is full. I'm not thinking about having what someone else has, or when I'm confident in myself, my woman can talk to whoever she want to talk to, like far as having a conversation with other guys and stuff like that. Um, I'm not into open relationships or anything like that, and I'm not saying that she's going out having sex with all these different type of cats. That's not where I'm coming from with this. What I mean is just like having male friends. If she want to have male friends, if she chooses to step out on me, and if I find out, then the relationship would be over. For me, it's that simple. My feelings may be hurt or whatever, but the relationship will be over. It's that simple. And I want what I have, man. I want what I have. I want the life that I'm living. I enjoy my life. I love my life. So those are some of the things that's coming out the pandemic that I'm seeing, man. It's a lot of anger and frustration that people have, man. Like looking at other people's lives and judging their life and what they think somebody else should be doing, man. And I'm not cold hearted or anything like that, but I mind my own business. I mind my own business. If somebody wants me to know about their life, they'll tell me. I'm not interested in entertainers' lives, sports figures, or people that's considered to be famous or whatever. I'm not interested in what they're up to and what they're doing. I'm interested in what my friends are doing, what my family members are doing, and things like that. That's the thing I'm interested in. So um, it's always amazing to me how people always try to tell me about me or what they think I'm about or anything like that, and that trips me out, man. It's very funny that that jumps off like that for me. That people want to tell me about me, and I don't even get into discussions with folks about that. There are people who literally try to destroy my character, not because I did anything to them, um, just for the simple fact that you know that's what they want to do, man. I don't try to figure it out, you know. And what I'm learning is there are people who, if they can't be the hero of my story, then they want to be the villain of my story. The fact is, they just want to be in my story. And those are people I consider to be narcissists. And I'm discussing this because coming out of the pandemic, being in a pandemic, I was isolated. It was just me. I live alone. I don't share a house with anybody, no roommates, and it's just me alone. So coming out the pandemic, and I started getting back around people, and I'm like dealing with people again. So I forgot about all the nuances of dealing with other people, man, and just the pettiness that goes on. So yeah, I just keep it 100, keep it simple, man, and just live my life for me, and not trying to impress or gain approval. Like I don't need anybody's approval. I don't need anybody's pat on the back or anything like that, man. I'm living my life. I'm doing me, man. And as the year goes on and I complete this dissertation, um, you'll be hearing a lot more from me from YouTube. More YouTube videos consistently. I'm doing the shorts and things like that, but more consistent videos, and you'll hear more from my filmmaking about the movies I'm making. So as I showed you my picture, here it is. As you can see, you can see the clutter, but that's me with my camera, my cinema camera. So I'm like looking forward to completing this PhD because I do one thing at a time. I can't do a whole bunch of things at once. Some people can. I'm just not that person. I can do, things one at a time. So, yeah, I just wanted to touch bases with YouTube. The folks that's been rocking with me and rolling with me. It's much more in store, and it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to it, man, and I'm looking forward to sharing my hooding ceremony, when I complete this PhD this semester. So thank y'all for watching, man. And just also, man, I want to thank everybody who my Top of the Rock video, man. That's like over 2,000 views, man. And I'm so grateful and humbled by that folks are interested. And that's like one of the videos where I was doing talking about urban planning, which is what I'm getting my PhD in, and that's one because I really didn't talk a lot in videos, but that just seeing all the views of that video is giving me more confidence to actually talk in my videos. As you probably can see, a lot of my dissertation updates, I'm talking more, and then on some of my shorts I'm actually talking in the video. So I appreciate that, and I do appreciate all the people watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. Um, I'm truly humbled by that. Thank you.